everybody, Namo here. Today is a start of a 8-part series. 8-part series. We are going to go over Power of the Prime's Volcanicus. Today, however, we are not pulling off a component. We are going with the smallest Dinobot team member. Now, there's a couple fan modes that does add her to Volcanicus. We're not going to go into those. Plenty of videos on YouTube that you can look up and find and follow and do. But the 8th episode of this series is actually a kind of special one. So when that one comes around, it will fix the problems of Volcanicus, including the ways people use her in fan modes to connect. She, in my collection, will probably never combine with Volcanicus, but she will always be sitting in front of him in display because she technically is the tracker for or scout for the Dinobot team. With the Combiner Wars, majority of the teams had a 6th Legends class member, which either became a chest piece for the figure like Rust Dust for Victorion, or Hot Rod for Optimus Maximus, or became a weapon like Power Glide for Superion, Shockwave for Bruticus. Now, like I said, she is part of the team, but she doesn't fit with the robots. So, given that her background is the scout of the team, it makes sense. She doesn't turn into a weapon. She doesn't turn into a chest piece, backpack, anything like that. She will run ahead, scout ahead, do what she needs to do. So, here she is. Ooh, I am blurry. Here she is in Dino mode. She is a raptor. She does have because it's Power of the Primes, they kind of mash together Combiner Wars and Titan's Return. So she does have a little flap on her back that opens up that you can take a Titan Master. This one is Chrome Domes. It's already well documented that I don't remember the names of any robot that is smaller than Legends class. So all the Minicons, all the Target Masters, Titan Masters, I don't remember their names. So I probably never going to look them up and try to remember them because they're just part of somebody else. So he should fit into the back of her and be able to ride on her back like a horse. So it's kind of a weird way to typically you put their legs all the way out, but he doesn't fit that way. You just plug in and it kind of bends the knees the wrong way. But there is her Titan Master gimmick. Of course, in Power of the Primes, it was a Prime Master, which was just a faceless headpiece. So, to get her into robot mode, you don't have to flip this up, but I typically do to tuck her head away and then flip that back down. It just kind of streamlines it. Then you bend the arms back, spread the legs a little bit so you can get these pieces out. And take the chest piece, you split it, you spin them around, and then these little black pieces right here. Sometimes they can be a pain if you don't have fingernails or don't get the right angle, but you flip them out to become her toes. Then flip the tail back and unpeg the feet from the hands. And there she is in robot mode. So she's not as formally as typical fembots, which I'm more than okay with. I prefer my female robots to be identical to or as big and bulky as the male robots. It's a preference as to not sexualize the robots, which is just kind of gross in my head. But at the same time, like the Earthrise RC being so shapely, she really had no way to transform other than to be a shell former. I don't like shell formers. They're just kind of boring. And if you try to get the female aesthetic of a robot, which is kind of needed, you lose a lot of the functionality for transformation, which is why I think this is a perfect representation of a petite but also fierce looking female robot. There's not really a lot of people lost their minds when they realized or found out that Slash was a female. They swore up and down this was a male. I know originally they weren't supposed to have genders. It's kind of weird that they do have genders, but yeah, this to me is the perfect representation of a female robot. So, like I said, she doesn't combine with Volcanicus, so this is actually probably the last time we will see her in the rest of this series. She's actually a great little figure. The transformation, especially the feet having these pegs that go straight into the hands. I mean, just see if I can get this on mic. I don't know if you heard it, but that little click, so satisfying because you know it's in there solid. And the fact that the transformation is just so easy but satisfying because everything just folds and tucks and turns nicely. Whoop. Ball joints. You'll always pop something off with the ball joint. I mean, that's what they're designed to be. Break away so that you don't end up breaking the figure. So, just quick, easy, done. And the added mouth, I'm off camera. The added mouth articulation, this is a great figure. I mean, she's behind a glass, and behind a glass case on display, but I used to have her sitting around so that I could transform her back and forth. I have lots of figures that I like just transforming back and forth while watching TV or something. Just something to do mindlessly. If they're easy and they're fun, they're ones I have sitting around just messing with. So she used to be one of those. Like I said, she kind of stands in front of Volcanicus like this on display. And that's how she's going to stay, especially after this series. Because the thing I've got for Volcanicus, she won't fit on in any way, shape, or form. So continue to tune in and watch. We will go through all the components, each individual bot. We'll finally combine them. And like I said, the final episode will be a special one that fixes all the ugliness, absolute ugliness of Volcanicus. He's just... We'll go over all the things that I think are flaws in the combined mode video. So stay tuned, keep watching. Remember to like, share, and subscribe, and hit the notification bell if you haven't already. Release something Transformers related every Monday. Release something different every Friday. It just depends on what I'm able to get done. and release. So hit the notification bell, stay tuned, comment down below, let me know what you think. She's definitely worth tracking down and finding. There are, I think, 2 other repaints of her. They didn't re-engineer her in any way, just repainted her, and they look great too. I don't have them, but if those are the ones you want to get instead of the gray, red, and black and gold coloring, then by all means, pick them up. So thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.